Hi, welcome to the Shy Rise Show by Englewood Enterprise Gallery. I'm Dee, your host, and we have a guest here, John, the author. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
First, we'd like to let you know that you can find Englewood Enterprise Gallery at www.englewoodenterprisegallery.com, or you can email us. Contact us at enterprisegallery@gmail.com, and our phone number is 773-719-9848. So thank you, John, for joining us again, as I said. So John is a author, a rapper, an entrepreneur. What else? Activist. I love it.
God-fearing brother.
I love it. God-fearing brother. That's probably the best role you probably have, actually. So what I want to hear from you is, tell me a little bit about John. Tell me a little bit, John the author.
I'm a rapper, poet, activist, entrepreneur, revolutionary, God-fearing brother, good person, you know. I'm a lot of things, man.
So
ever evolving.
So tell me how you came to be all these things, because usually, you know, a person your age, wait a minute, how old are you?
25.
25, and he has on his list I counted about 5 or 6 things. So how did you get to be an entrepreneur? First of all, let's start there. Business.
I think that, you know, there's nothing else to be, you know, as far as business and just monetizing and, you know, making money. You know, what's better than to create your own opportunities?
Wow.
You know, and that's just how I look at things as far within that money realm, opposed to you know, being like a lot of my peers who just want jobs. I want to be the person who creates jobs.
Wow. Okay, that's wonderful. So tell me, are you a first generation, second generation? How did you come to be like the entrepreneur? Is your father, your mother, somebody in your family?
I've had, you know, influences within my family that, of course, inspired me to go down that road, you know.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, you know, not many people are always like, some people actually veer away from the entrepreneurship, especially if your mom sold purses all your life, you kind of don't want to do the same thing. How did you embrace that?
It's funny, you know, because like I think it's better to, you know, be able to wake up when you feel like it and get to work when you feel like it, opposed to having to get up, you know, and punch somebody else's clock. I'd rather punch my own. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it just fits me better. You know what I'm saying? It fits my lifestyle better. Just being able to run and, you know, control my own businesses and make money when I feel like it.
Oh, wow. So tell us about John. We learned about John the entrepreneur. Tell us about John the rapper. So, because it's my understanding.
John the author, the rapper.
Okay, the author, the rapper.
John the author, the rapper.
Okay, tell us about that. How'd you come up with that?
I literally recently just changed my name to John the author within the past 2 years, and before that, my name was, I'm not gonna tell you.
That's okay.
But you know, within like the rap realm, you know, I realized that your name is really, really important.
Okay.
And especially in today's, you know, era where it's so many artists, you know, it's so many artists. What I wanted to do was have a name that as soon as you heard it, you can kind of guess what type of artist I was.
Oh, okay.
And my previous name was kind of vague, and it didn't have that effect.
Right.
So you know, and the reason why I wanted to create that effect was because, you know, a lot of times when people, you know, go through catalogs and they're trying to discover new artists that they can enjoy, they judge the book by its cover, or they judge the rapper by their name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So John the author being my actual middle name.
Really?
Yes, author being my actual middle name.
So way to embrace your roots.
Yeah, I embraced it. I guess my mom knew I was gonna be a writer.
Wow.
Just didn't know what a rapper was gonna come behind it.
Watch what you name your children.
It might inspire them to do some stuff.
Right.
But
So what I'm gonna take a break here and say, just a little reminder, we are Englewood Enterprise Gallery. This is the call-in show, Shy Rise show. You can find us and information out on John the Author and www.englewoodenterprisegallery.com, or you can email us any of your questions and maybe we'll answer some on the show, enterprisegallery@gmail.com, and that's just enterprisegallery@gmail.com, or you can call 773-719-9848, and don't be afraid to visit us. So call in, and we're typically open from Wednesday to Sunday, 10 to 2. So John, so we talked about John, the author rapper, talked about John, the entrepreneur. What else do you want John the people to know about John? Now you're working on projects too, right?
I'm working on projects
all the time, right?
All the time. I think one of the things that a lot of people know me for is my activism.
Okay. John, the activist too. So.
Yeah. John the author, the entrepreneur. John the author, the rapper, and John the author, the activist.
Right. And you don't have to be one person. I think sometimes people feel like you have to be just one thing.
Yeah.
But you can embrace all your talents.
And that's my thing. Like, a lot of artists say, like, don't put me in a box. My thing is, like, I think that it's actually good sometimes to be put in a box because as people, we do want to have our limits. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be all every which way. We kind of like want to have our limits because that's what's built, integrity and stuff like that. So my thing is like, put me in a box, but make sure that box is big enough so I can put a whole bunch of other boxes. Right.
So an umbrella, you can have all your talents
because
under one umbrella.
I need some form of protection to keep the boxes that I don't want out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we know about those boxes because we kind of live in Chicago and it can get really hairy here. Yeah. And do you think that your artistry has kept you away from some of the hairy stuff you can get into in Chicago?
Yeah, I think it did, especially like growing up because I spent a lot of time in the studio just trying to like perfect my craft, and that kept me from hanging out in the streets.
Right. Now, who was your inspiration? I know that you opened for David Banner, and I think there's a couple of other names we've noticed that you've you pretty hot stuff to me. I don't know. I haven't worked with them, so tell us about your experiences working with other big name artists. And I know you up and coming. This is an emerging artist, you guys.
Yeah, I've opened up for couple great artists, and shared the stages with a couple, great artists. I don't want to say any names. Right. But like
I saw your David Banner show and I loved it. You like he literally the hype, the energy that you gave, and all he said was, Blackonomics, and I just loved it. I mean, I was all in. I'm like,
yeah, that was a great show. I got to meet David and connect with him, man. He's a really, really great guy. Like he inspires me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of my favorite rappers now. More so because of what he stands for. Right. When I look at rap, I want to be the greatest rapper ever, right? As every rapper should be.
Wow, that sounds like a little bit of stuff we had a great hero, the greatest of all time, that just passed recently, and some of the things that he did. He was not only a boxer, like you're an activist as well as these other boxers that you said, and that's exactly what he did. He did some activism as well as be who he wanted to be.
Yeah, because like I think a lot of times with artists today, a lot of them need to just get over themselves. They think that people love them when in all actuality, people love what it is that they do and what it is that they stand for. When you have so-called fans, which I hate the word fans, I like to call supporters. When you have these supporters, they're looking at you because there's something about you that either they want to be or that just reminds them of themselves.
Okay.
So a lot of artists need to just understand that, the content that we create needs to speak to people in a way to help them, get through, opposed to braggadociousness and, all of that, stuff that a lot of artists get caught up into,
Right. Okay. Well, we'd like to remind you that we are Englewood Enterprise Galleries, the Shy Rise Show at www.englewoodenterprisegallery.com, enterprisegallery@gmail.com to reach us, or you can phone us at 773-719-9848. And we also would like to invite you out to our summer open house, Sunday, June 26th, 2016, 12 to 4 p.m. We also have some other upcoming things we hope to see you at. So tell us a little bit about your inspiration again. I know you said David Banner was one of them. What's some other inspirations?
Everyone's my inspiration.
Wow. Okay.
That's the thing. I'm not so, full of myself to say that, you have to be older than me to be an inspiration. Like, a child can inspire me.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Wow.
God can speak through everyone, and anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I open myself up to be inspired by life in general.
Okay.
But as far as people, I think what you're really trying to say is who's my mentors
Mm-hmm,
and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I have a lot of mentors. One of my favorite, most inspiring mentors is my big homie Ryan Fest. I love him. Man, he just gives me so much knowledge and just keeps me on point. Like when I go too far off into my revolutionaryism, you know what I'm saying? But I have to snap back and just stay focused.
Right. So so right now you're always working on projects. But what can you say to the young people? I think one of the messages we like to get out is to the young people. What would you like them to know about your determination, because I think it takes a little bit of determination and steadfastness and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You say that, I can get up when I want to get up and do it, but do you really do you get up at noon every day, or do you actually, because you're working for yourself, do you work harder?
I work harder. I try to build good habits early, because the habits that you have when you're small are going to be the same habits that you have when you're big. So it's very, very important that you take the stage and the level in which you're on currently as serious as possible.
Okay. Oh, so I know that I think everybody is trying to be. A lot of the young people are trying to be rappers or something.
Mm-hmm.
How do you set yourself apart as far as trying to be a rapper?
I think just through trying to be myself, trying to be the greatest version of me.
Okay.
That I could possibly be. And I think that that's what artists should do. Try to be yourself, and within doing that, then you set yourself apart, because then you're only speaking on your experiences.
Okay. All right. Now, you have, like I said, you work with some other artists as well, right?
Yeah.
How is that, and what do you think of it? Tell me about some of the artists that you work with.
Man, I know so many great artists within the city, from, T.L. Williams, who's amazing. He's an amazing artist. He's a producer. He plays the saxophone, Add to, he's one of my big brothers as well, and he's just a really, really great artist. He's on Jamla Records, Ninth Wonders record label, and he's just so amazing. He'll be performing. We have a show. He'll be performing June 23rd at the Artist Expo. So man, he's just amazing. John Renaissance, K Love, who is the queen of the poetry scene.
Right.
Sister Development, they're two beautiful twins with angelic voices to match,
Right.
And
Wow.
it's just Man, there's so many great artists in the city. Like, it's something in the water in the city.
Well, it's a great opportunity to collaborate with other artists, and it seems like that comes from generosity, because not all artists want to work with other artists. You know, they seem that sharing the stage can be, you know, a competition, but you don't seem to do that.
I think that's a myth.
Really?
Yeah. Well, at least like in my experience, you know, most of the artists that I, you know, cross paths with, are really, really open to collaboration. I think what really happens is it's just a matter of, like, you don't want to collaborate with everyone because, you know, not everyone is really ready. But
Okay.
a lot of but you know, the artists who are ready, when they meet another artist who is ready, you know, the collaboration is like inevitable, and it usually happens.
I don't know, maybe it's a millennial thing too. You know, you're part of that millennial group. I think y'all are generous. I think, you know, you are innovative, you're generous. So really working with somebody else is almost like a new innovation. Let me remind people that we are the Shy Ride Show with Englewood Enterprise Gallery. www.englewood.enterprisegallery.com is how you can reach us. And the enterprisegallery@gmail.com is how you can send us your questions or comments. If 773-719-9848. And we'd like to invite you to come down to game nights. And we're going to be at So Fresh Saturdays on June 25th with Rage. So, so these are some of the things that we just like to remind you of. We are here with John, the author, just to remind you, author, rapper, entrepreneur, activist. Wow. And he has on his roster more than most of the people that I know my age. We won't talk about my age. So I guess finally, I think if there's some like last, you know, what do you want to leave the audience with?
Man, just stay in tune. You know, look out for me. I got so many great things coming to a city near you.
Right. And you can find him, any more information about him, you can go to our website on Facebook or go to our website and find out any information you'd like to know. It'll be pointing to this guy who, oh, you know what? Tell me one more thing. I think what I forgot to ask you was about Blackonomics. What is that?
Blackonomics is this, it's a movement that I created. I created it because I wanted to put into like the proper context the whole idea of circulating the black dollar within our community to build black wealth. You know, I'm an activist, like I said earlier, and I like to pride myself on being a real activist. Like, I don't, you know, like, I don't want to major in minor things. You know, I don't want to major in minor issues, and I think that the real issue when you look at black on black violence and when you look at police on black violence is it stems from a very, very simple issue, and it's black people don't own, control, or operate any of the things that go on within our community. And when you go all over the world, into any country, into any community that's not African American or just black in general, every other community owns, operates, and controls everything that goes on with their community. Right. They own the schools, they own the businesses, they own
industry.
You know, industry. So they have the power to say, hey, if this isn't working, we can fix it. Opposed to us, we're not organized enough, first of all, to grab that power. You know, and say this is not helping our community. So we need to either get rid of it or reform it or whatever. We don't have the organization to get those things together.
Right? Yeah, that's a solution. Organizing.
Yeah. So Blackonomics is really that, you know, that name that all of these things that need to happen can fall under. You know what I'm saying? Simply saying, hey, no more are we going to go and ask our historical oppressors to liberate us. Let's come together under Blackonomics and liberate ourselves.
So Blackonomics is basically a term for unity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We have had John, the author, on the show. We'd like to remind you that we are Englewood Enterprise Gallery. www.englewood.enterprisegallery.com is where you can reach us. enterprisegallery@gmail.com, 773-719-9848, and you can find out any information you'd like John, the author, rapper, entrepreneur, on these sites, on our website. So we have another guest today. She'd just like to introduce herself and then give us a little bit about what we have at the gallery this weekend.
Okay, my name is Teadnyia Mays, and I am someone who actually comes out and helps with the gallery. So I'm having an event this weekend called a Pre-Father's Day Pampering Party. Mm-hmm. So we'll be celebrating the fathers this time. We did one for the women. Now we're going to celebrate the fathers. You're going to be able to get a facial, get massages, come out and get some health and wellness information. And also, we'll be having some little prizes for you guys. So come out, have a great time, and mingle with the dads.
Yep. Okay, so the Englewood Enterprise Gallery, we do lots and lots of fun stuff for the family. It's usually, and this is family friendly?
Yes, it's family friendly. So if you have your children for the weekend, we will have painting, we have coloring for them, and we'll have some activities that they can do.
Okay.
We'll probably open up the mic for them.
Yeah. So don't forget that we are Englewood Enterprise Gallery, www.englewoodenterprisegallery.com, and to find out any information about any of our events, you can go here, enterprisegallery@gmail.com, and we also at 773-719-9848. We'd like to thank John, the author, for coming out. We'd like to thank Miss Mays. Miss Mays, did you have one more thing you'd like to say before we go?
I had two more things. Okay. Well, one is I love that necklace.
Oh, thank you. This is by, I can't tell you. Well, you can, Miss Cynthia, my mom, she does these. So.
Oh. And just to let you know, since I'm a part of Englewood Enterprise Gallery, we're going to be supporting the New Age of Awareness Rally that's going to be held Saturday at noon at King College Prep. And we have a young brother that's out doing things in the community. So if you're out and about with the children, whatever, stop by and show some support and have a good time at this rally. Again, it's the New Age of Awareness Rally out on Saturday at noon at College King Prep. That's 4445 South Drexel Boulevard. Please come out and enjoy yourself.
And as a final reminder, this is Englewood Enterprise Gallery, www.englewoodenterprisegallery.com, enterprisegallery@gmail.com, 773-719-9848. My name is Dee Kinney, and I am the host of the Shy Rise Show. We have so many more things coming up at the gallery. Come visit and see the exhibition. Come see Miss Mays as she
come on out and have a great time.
Hosts our pamper party for us. And,
yes.
And we really are enjoying the fathers, because I don't think the fathers get enough.
They don't. And I've seen so many, just in this week alone, being out and off work, I've seen so many fathers taking their children to school, spending time with them at the park. And I know a lot of fathers that are out there, single parents, and so we just want to show you some appreciation. And I would love for you to come out and let us show you that we appreciate you standing up and being a father in your child's life. And actually, we want to get some pictures and put it up on Facebook so that people can see that our fathers are a part of their children's lives.
I think, that's a myth that is actually
yes, it is not
promoted. We can change our narrative, and that's what we try to do here at the Shy Rise Show, is change the narrative, talk about the things that are positive, like John, the author, the rapper, entrepreneur, activist. I love to hear that he's an activist, and we thank him for being on the show, and just and Miss Mays, thank you for showing up and letting us letting us promote our fathers and the father figures in our community. Even our host here, he's a great dad, and the director, Mr. Medina II, he's a great father. And those are the things that we need to promote in the community rather than the negative narratives. So again, we are the Shy Rise Show, and we would like to thank you for tuning in. If you had any questions, you can email us or call us, Englewood Enterprise Gallery, www.englewoodenterprisegallery.com, enterprisegallery@gmail.com, and you can, or phone us, 773-719-9848. And we will see you here at the Englewood Enterprise Gallery Shy Ride Show next week, 5 p.m., Channel 21. And we hope that you'll call in and give us some, and we'll answer your questions.